Hey everybody, it's a Telsonator here. I just realized, I've done quite a few videos with my Genz Benz Shuttle 3.0, but I've never done a video about it. And actually I checked out some of the videos on YouTube, and I found that they had a really crappy tone when they played. It was really raunchy and trebly. I don't know. As a bass player, I don't like to use a whole lot of treble for solos and stuff like that maybe, but usually I just like a warm, soft bass tone. So in this one I've got all my controls set to neutral. Got all the signal shaping things off. I'm just going in with my Ibanez Roadstar 2. I believe it's a Japanese model. I got it from some drug addict in high school for 25 bucks. So this is the kind of tone that it has. So that's the kind of tone it's got right now. I'm not too big of a fan of that trebly a tone even. So I'm going to turn up the low, I'll turn down the mids, turn up the mid frequency, pull off the highs a bit. And with your tone down on the bass, it's beautiful. And of course it can go all dirty and raunchy. Turn the lows down, give it lots of mid, lots of high, maybe a mid scoop. I haven't really warmed up at all here. Just played a show last night, my hands are killing me still. This is just a $20 bill to block out that LED light because it's so brutal. Turn this one off too. So it's got the low frequency boost. I'm going to put everything back to kind of neutral here. There's the high frequency attack. You can see it gives it a bit more treble to the low end. You can get all sorts of neat tones out of this thing. You don't have to have one of those crappy ones that they have on there. Not to mention, there's all sorts of great features about this. Just going to turn it off here quick. So for example, on the very front, you've got the mute switch. Just mute it, and then you can change guitars. You don't have to worry about that popping sound from your chord. We've got low, mid frequency, high control, our master volume. So you've got a master volume, and over here you've got the amount of input volume. Each of them has their own clipping. So the signal light lights up when it starts to get a good strong signal. Standby just means don't play yet, and operate of course, but the clipping, that limits it, stops it from blowing the speaker, because we got 300 watts in this tiny little speaker. We have that tiny little tweeter up there too. Not to mention, it's got these handy feet on the bottom. Just extend right out. See if I can show you that. There we go. They lock right in, just pop them out. Bam, and you're good to go. Okay. On the flip side here, I'm just going to lower the camera a bit. You can see the rear panel. So over on our very far right here, we've got our level, our EQ, and our pin. So we got the ground lift here at the bottom, ground or lift switch. Good for when you're going through a PA, especially if you play at like a concert hall or some place with crappy electricity. Underneath that we got the EQ, so we have pre and post. So that's just when you're sending a line out. Pre just means it's going to get a dry signal, and post, of course, it's going to have the EQing that you do on the front. And then we've got our level and our mic line. I'm not sure exactly what that's for. I'll have the narrator fill that in for you right about now. Okay. So just a little bit further from the pedal, or from the back there, we've got our tuner out. That's great, just running like a little one of those 1-foot cords, and I set the tuner on top. Our effects loop, send and receive, pretty straightforward. Headphones out, your auxiliary in, so you can plug in like an MP3 player or anything like that. You've got your basic 1/4-inch speaker cable out. This is attached to the cab here, this cable. And we've got our speak on, of course. And beside that, we've got the power switch and our plug. That's pretty much all there is to it, but truly a great amp. You don't need to have a huge 200-watt beast or anything like that. This thing cranks out all the power you need. I play with a 10-piece jazz band, and during rehearsal, this works just fine. Highly recommended, the Genz Benz Shuttle 3.0. It's also got a few cousins, and this is a 300-watt version. And they've also got a few cousins, the 1200-watt, the 500-watt. It's got quite a few. Check it out on the Genz Benz site.